What is up, YouTube? That's here, bringing you guys a game actually recorded with a capture card. I'm going to be borrowing a capture card for a few days, so I'm going to be recording a ton of videos. Hope you guys enjoy them. We're going to start this up right now. I'm leading off with a ranked battle spot game against Roger. I'm going to be using Assault Vest Landers, Choice Band Talonflame, Mega Kangaskhan, and Citrus Berry Gastrodon. Some of my favorites. Leading off actually against Charizard Y, that's going to be a Scarf Heatran. Looks like some sort of bulky Landorus, potentially like an Assault Vest or like a Lumberry version, and a Sylveon. I didn't really check the item on that thing. But this is a game where both of us have terrible turn ones, and I don't know really why I'm choosing my first capture card upload to be this battle, but that's just how it's going to be. I thought it was pretty funny, so we're just going to start things off, get right into it, and it should be a lot of fun. Like I said, our turn ones are terrible. I was on a huge win streak, and I felt like I could do no wrong. And especially when I see lead like this, I see Charizard and Heatran, and I'm like, well, since he knows that I'm leading with Landorus and Talonflame, this is the... by the way, this guy had two Intimidators, and I'm like, alright, one of these Intimidators is switching in this turn, and I know that Heatran probably doesn't want to get Earthquaked. I think that Heatran is going to switch in for a Landorus, and I tried to get way too cute. I tried to take advantage of him potentially switching, which didn't happen. So we're going to see Charizard Y going to activate that Drought, and this is where we see the Priority Braver from Talonflame onto the Heatran slot, which I really thought was going to turn into a Landorus. But after seeing how much damage he takes, I can say, wow, that's heavily invested in special attack. Then we see an Overheat faster than Charizard, faster than Landorus. I'm like, alright, this guy has to be Scarfed. My Landorus, though, eats it like a champ. I have that Assault Vest. I'm super bulky. He was definitely expecting that KO. And then we're going to see Charizard go for a Flamethrower on Talonflame. Terrible turn all around, but I am going to be able to clutch it out with a Rock Slide. My plan was to Brave Bird the what would be a hopefully Landorus slot, and then Rock Slide to pick up a double KO. It didn't work that way, but I will settle for picking up a KO on his Mega. So now the Landorus finally is going to come out, get that juicy Intimidate, and like I said, this guy had two Intimidators. You have no idea how lucky I was not hitting one of them turn one, and I think he had Landorus and Scrafty, so that's really lucky for me that I actually got to take advantage of that. I'm going to go for a double switch on turn 3. My Pokemon don't really want to eat any moves from either of these, so I go into Gastrodon to wall the fire attack, and I'm assuming that my Kangaskhan, it's pretty heavily invested in the defensive stats, so I should be able to eat a Rock Slide with relative ease. There's the Rock Slide from Landorus. It misses on Gastrodon, and it's actually going to come in on my Kangaskhan and get a critical hit. Remember, Kangaskhan isn't as bulky before it Mega Evolves, so kind of sucks I took that damage, but it's definitely worth it. When I actually went for a double swap, I could have got punished even harder. So we're going to see Heatran, it's used 2 overheats in a row, so its special attack is quite low. Going to switch out into the Sylveon this turn as I go into Mega Kangaskhan. Mega Kangaskhan, the bane of the VGC metagame right now. One of the strongest Pokemon in the history of the game, going for a Fake Out. It's going to hit twice on this Landorus, and like I said, Landorus is a Pokemon that usually locks itself into one move, so it's going to lock itself into that, eating an Ice Beam, sorry. Didn't really matter what its speed tier was, it flinched from Fake Out. Ice Beam paired with that is going to set up a KO. So we've taken out 2 of my opponent's Pokemon. We have to deal with a Choice Scarf Heatran and a Sylveon now. And I still have all 4 of mine, so I do feel pretty safe here. I'm going to go for the Priority Sucker Punch onto the Heatran. Remember, it is super frail, so I do pick up the KO after the second hit. And the plan is to just pretty much eat a... just eat a Hyper Voice with these 2 Pokemon. Rinse and repeat. I should be able to finish this one out with a pretty clean 4-stock. So, probably not the longest, most in-depth battle, but it was kind of funny seeing a Choice Scarf Heatran, and I kind of want to start making that work in some of my games too. So, this is pretty much just where my opponent leaves right there. I felt that was a pretty fun game. Like I said, I was on a huge win streak, and I felt I could do no wrong. Like, my potential for outplays was at the very peak, and I was like, oh, Landorus or Scrafty is switching in right here. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. It didn't happen, but things still turned out pretty good for me anyways. I mean, who would have knew that Assault Vest Landorus and Talonflame can completely wall out Scarf Heatran and Charizard? I mean, if you would have had Ancient Power and Charizard, that would have been a completely different game. So, pretty lucky that didn't happen. I had a blast. I hope you guys enjoy these games, and hopefully there will be a ton more games with the capture card. So, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.